Hello everybody, we are from Group 5. We will be reporting on the importance of caring for a common home, Mother Earth. First off, I would like to briefly talk about why we need to care for our Mother Earth. The first reason we need to care for or protect our Mother Earth is that it is our primary home. We need to protect Mother Earth because failing to protect the ecosphere could send us extinct, as the environment changes beyond what we can survive, or at best, might result in a few decades of social unrest and upheaval as we cope with the effects of the changes we've already wrought. Our Mother Earth provides us food, water, oxygen, and natural resources for us to survive. Without it, then we will obviously die. And even worse, we will become extinct. Our Mother Earth will become a dead planet, uninhabitable, and devoid of life. It is terrible, right? Now, my groupmates will discuss more about why we need to care and what we can do to protect, preserve, and conserve our Mother Earth.
Industrialization, urbanization, agriculture, forest fires, desert dust, and inadequate waste management have intensified environmental health risk and pollution, especially in developing countries. Air pollution, exposure to chemicals and hazardous waste, including improper waste disposal, destroy ecosystems. Pollution stunt economic growth and worsen poverty and inequality in both urban and rural areas. Because of these pollutions, glaciers are melting, sea levels are rising, cloud forests are dying, and wildlife is scrambling to keep pace. It has become clear that humans have caused most of the past century's warming by releasing heat-trapping gases as we power our modern lives. As the mercury rises, the climate can change in unexpected ways. In addition to sea levels rising, the weather can become more extreme. This means more intense major storms and more rain followed by longer and drier droughts, a challenge for growing crops. Changes in how the plants and animals live.
A rich yet increasingly depleted natural and marine resources base supports livelihoods through fisheries, agriculture, forestry, energy, mining, and tourism, and provides critical ecosystem services such as shoreline protection, flood control, soil stability, and habitats for biodiversity. In the Philippines, more than half of greenhouse gas emissions come from the energy sector, followed by agriculture, industrial processes, waste, and land use change and forestry. Philippines is highly vulnerable to the impacts of climate change, including sea level rise, increased frequency of extreme weather events, rising temperatures, and extreme rainfall. This is due to its high exposure to natural hazards, cyclones, landslides, floods, droughts, dependence on climate-sensitive natural resources, and vast coastlines where all of its major cities and the majority of the population reside. General Santos City suffers from many of the environmental problems common to the Philippines as a whole. Forest resources are dwindling, intensive agriculture is being undertaken throughout the province, including on steep slopes, watersheds have been severely degraded, resulting in erosion and unstable hydrological regimes, and coastal fisheries are declining.
The cry of the earth is also the cry of the poor, for the reason that if the earth is actually being destroyed, or because of the human activities causes the climate of the earth change, the poor is the most likely to get affected in this kind of situation, for the reason that an example of this is the typhoons. Typhoons most likely get stronger because of the climate change, and the one who is being affected in this kind of situation is actually the poor people, for the reason that they don't have the necessities, or they don't have the money to actually build again their home, or to actually have their chance to endure their situation. Not only does it actually changes their living, but also it degrades their emotional or mental, because of the situation that happened when the earth is being destroyed, or when the climate of the earth is changing. And that is why we should always consider to make difference, or to have change in terms of how we actually improve our environment and our living. For not only does the earth is essential for it is our home, but it is essential for it can always takes our lives. And that is why we should always improve our environment and try to make difference.
Practical or concrete actions we can do at home and communities to help protect, preserve, and conserve our Mother Earth. Number 1. Recycle. Products you purchase have an impact to the environment in some way. We can recycle it to help the environment reduce its waste and harmful emissions from landfills, and to decrease your carbon footprint. It will not only help the environment from reducing its waste, but also it would help you to save money. Number 2. Compost. Composting is the process of decomposing organic matter like leaves, vegetable scraps, or tea bags into soil to help the plants grow healthy. It is the natural way to enrich the soil and prevent plant pests and diseases. Number 3. Support eco-friendly companies. Eco-friendly companies aims to sustain, preserve, and conserve our nature. As a consumer, you hold the responsibility to be conscious of the products you buy, use, and dispose of. Spending money on them will greatly help them continue to save our nature. Number 4. Segregating proper waste disposal. Lack of segregation, collection, and transportation of unsegregated waste to the landfills has an impact to the environment. Wastes have its kinds and purposes. We can make use of waste properly by segregating our waste correctly. Number 5. Get involved. Join local environmental group that is working to make difference. Working with other people is a great idea to spread awareness in conserving our nature. Number 6. Planting more trees. Trees are the one responsible for the clean air we breathe, and also provide habitat to over 80% of the world's terrestrial biodiversity. Trees also hold the soil firmly, preventing soil erosions and landslides, especially on hillsides and other steep terrains.